Governor Larry Hogan announces the biggest step yet on the road to recovery. Starting tomorrow at 5 p.m., restaurants will be allowed to serve you inside. Right now, there are more than 59,000 cases in Maryland, but COVID-19 hospitalizations are down. The positive trends allow the governor to move forward with reopening our state. WJZ is live. Amy Kawata has details about the governor's announcement. Good morning, Amy.
Good morning, Lynn. The governor says along with indoor dining, within the next 2 weeks, amusement parks, pools, gyms, and malls will all have the green light to reopen. However, the decision is still up to the local jurisdictions to move at their own pace. Governor Larry Hogan says Maryland is crushing the curve, and he will allow restaurants to reopen for indoor dining at 50% capacity starting tomorrow at 5 p.m. Although he won't be dining out himself just yet.
I am over 60. I'm a cancer survivor, so I check a few boxes that are in a vulnerable population. I would not feel comfortable dining inside, and if I were going to a restaurant, I would prefer to sit outside, which is much safer.
Customers and staff must wear masks as much as possible. Tables and chairs need to be disinfected and cleaned each time, and high-touch surfaces need to be maintained in the strictest of sanitation.
Next Friday, June 19th, Governor Hogan will allow indoor gyms to reopen, along with casinos and malls, all with safety measures. The governor also urged anyone who attended a protest to be tested for COVID-19.
If people did become exposed, that they'll know about it and we'll be able to kind of stop the spread. But a lot of young people that maybe aren't as concerned and it maybe aren't as effective, but when they come home or when they're with their parents or grandparents, that's when we really get concerned.
WJZ has told you how some small businesses in Baltimore have been begging to reopen, even though the city is preventing them from doing so.
This makes no sense. We are dying and we need help now.
The governor had a strong message for Baltimore's mayor.
I think it's absolutely absurd that there are thousands of people gathering in the streets and yet a small business in Baltimore can't open their doors. And I think Jack Young should let those small retail shops open. They should have been open a long time ago.
And on the education front, limited in-person summer school classes can resume. Child care centers can reopen its doors with a maximum of 15 people. Also, outdoor sports practices can start back up again. Live this morning, I'm Amy Kawata for WJZ.
Thank you, Amy. As Amy mentioned, school buildings, daycares, and outdoor high school sports will be allowed to start back up again, along with outdoor graduation ceremonies. Kelsey Kushner has reaction to those changes.
As Governor Hogan moves forward with more Phase 2 reopenings, the spotlight turns towards education.
Students with the most intense learning needs are the ones that have been hit the hardest by the pandemic.
Wednesday, State School Superintendent Dr. Karen Salmon announced school buildings can now bring in small groups of 10 to 15 students and staff members, with a focus on vulnerable students and those unable to participate in distance learning.
I think it's a okay idea. I think if they take precautions, they have like their distancing, and then they're monitoring the kids, and they have smaller classes. I don't see anything wrong with it.
Outdoor high school sports can also resume practices and training as long as they align with COVID-19 health guidelines. And child care centers can open with a maximum of 15 individuals per classroom. But some say it's still not enough.
We're glad that we're moving toward more students in a classroom. However, it still poses a big problem as far as being able to maintain our business and staying open.
Imani Rose at Joshua's Place Early Learning Center says since the shutdown, they've lost more than half of their business, and it's putting a strain on resources.
And that's just not enough to necessarily cover the finances that come with it, along with the cleaning we already have to do, buying the supplies.
And some parents say it's time to move forward on the road to recovery.
I feel like we definitely should open up and allow us to go on with our lives.
And the governor said that schools can also hold outdoor graduation ceremonies as long as they are following social distancing guidelines. Reporting in Baltimore City, Kelsey Kushner for WJZ.